Hi Gemini, welcome to your reading. If you're new to the channel, I do timeless readings, which means that whenever you find this video is when you're meant to hear the messages within it. And in case you subscribe, I upload my new videos for Gemini and Sagittarius on Wednesdays. Also, for those of you guys who are interested, the deck that I'm using today is called the Influences of the Angels Tarot. And as always, if you guys are interested in a personal reading, the information is in the description below. Also, just as a heads up, sometimes the cards will flip over in the deck. I do see them, however, usually I don't take them unless they jump out like these ones do. And the goal is to get you guys roughly 8 or 9 cards, and then we can get started on your reading with your overall energy. Okay, so I'm just going to take this moment to remind you guys that if you enjoy the reading, the best way for me to know is by leaving a like or a comment. But your overall energy here is the Ten of Pentacles. So the Ten of Pentacles to me is my happy wife, happy life card. And to me, that's sort of like all the sort of touchstones or cornerstones of a happy home, right? And whatever that looks like to you is going to be different. But I feel like you guys are really working towards some kind of a happy home environment. I feel like some of you guys are maybe moving out actually, or are planning on moving out, sort of upgrading your home living situation. And I think more than just that, you're trying to work on the family aspects as well, right? And for some of you, I feel like you might be getting a dog, or maybe you already have some kind of a pet. But for some of you, it's sort of like working out sort of kinks in your relationship, or maybe some of you might be expecting, especially with this Empress card. But all those things just kind of depend on where you are and where you are at in the stages of your relationship and such. Also, a weird energy that has been in your reading, and not really much of the other ones, is that these cards really want to flip over and turn over. So I'm guessing that you guys are very much in your very mutable energy right now. I feel like you guys could like, it's very much the energy of like, should I stay, should I go? I'm getting that Katy Perry song, You're Hot and You're Cold, right? And I feel like that's how you guys are right now. Like, because like even this Strength card, if I'm not mistaken, was in the upright at the very beginning. And then I didn't even notice, but at some point it just kind of like flipped over. And now it's in reverse. So it feels like a lot of these cards, and the Empress did that as well, are kind of like blocked, but not really blocked at the same time. And I feel like some of you guys are maybe like so close, like kind of like on the cusp of these energies. And they're very powerful energies too. Oh, the Knight of Swords was another one that came out in reverse, if I'm not mistaken. So it's like, you guys are really on the cusp of your energy right now. So the Knight of Swords is a card of feeling stressed out and not being able to really sleep at night. Not being able to sleep soundly, at least. And I feel like this is part due to the stress of the situations here, right? Because I feel like this Ten of Pentacles isn't exactly something that you have yet. I feel like it's something that you're working towards, and the very fact of the matter that you're working towards this Ten of Pentacles you know, has you a little bit stressed out with this Nine of Pentacles. And I feel like more than just that, the fact that it's connected to the Strength card means that you guys are in a very, I feel like you guys are in a very interesting position. Because the Strength card, you know, talks about having that inner strength and being able to handle everything that's thrown at you. This woman tames the lion not through brute force, but through, you know, taming and training and emotional support. Sort of like conditioning the tiger to understand and to obey. And I feel like that in part comes from the fact that she's treating the lion as like an equal, and the lion is learning to obey her. And I feel like you guys are in this mode, a state of a mind where it's like you almost have the inner strength, but like sometimes you kind of want to just give up and like do brute force everything, and that's not the answer, because that's when you're going to end up in this strength and reverse energy. So don't fall victim to the strength and reverse energy. Make sure that all of your inner strength, or yeah, just that. Make sure that all your strength is coming from like, or at least some of it is coming from your inner self. And I feel like with this Nine of Swords, once you start to really tap into your inner strength, your emotional stability, your mental stability, those aspects of your personality, you're going to start to see a lot more balance and a lot more power. And you're going to start moving into these energies, right? Because I feel like as we're going forward, we get into better and better energy. The Queen of Cups in reverse is a very emotional queen. She understands emotions and she's capable of empathy. But the fact that it's in reverse almost leads me to believe that there's someone in your life who's not very emotional or who is emotionally immature. A lot of times, the Queen in reverse can be very manipulative, like overly emotional in like a bad way, kind of a crybaby, you know, and I feel like the Queen in Cups in particular is very keen to using crocodile tears, and I feel like that's kind of where you're at right now. Like this person is someone who you're trying to sort of even out things with, especially here with this Ten of Pentacles. Like I feel like it ties back. You're trying to even out things with this person, but they're very immature emotionally. And that's causing some rifts in the water, right? And the Queen of Cups is the Queen of Waters. And I feel like this is where you're at. The Seven of Pentacles is a card about planting seeds. Or, okay, it talks about planting your intention and then working on it, right? Putting effort into a situation. So the example that I always think of is like planting a seed, watering it every day, and then like measuring how long it's gotten, or like how big the plant has gotten or whatever. And I feel like that's where you are. I feel like you've had to sit down with this person. And you're like, hey, these are my intentions. I want to work this out or whatever. I need some of your cooperation. And then they just get into their like tantrum mode where they start crying and kicking and screaming, and then they're not cooperating. And I feel like for some of you, this person may have been toxic because we have the Devil card here. And the fact that the Devil card is in reverse almost leads me to believe that you guys are entering a period where you're exiting and you're leaving behind all of this energy. And I feel like for some of you, you may very well be single right now. Because the Three of Cups to me talks about celebration. And I feel like this particular Three of Cups in this scenario almost feels like you're going out to parties and sort of mingling with people and having fun and flirting and whatever. And I feel like the like emotional immaturity of this Queen of Cups person is holding you back to some extent, right? Whether or not they want to work on it, I feel like it's holding you back. And as a result, you're not in this Empress energy fully yet. Sometimes you're in the reverse, like it came out earlier, and sometimes you are, but it's like not quite there 100% of the way. And I feel like once you deal with this person's emotional immaturity in some way, whether that be walking away, whether that be making them deal with their inner demons or whatever, you're going to get into this energy and you're going to move into this King of Wands energy. King of Wands is a master manifester. And like I was saying, for some of you guys who end up, you know, calling it off with this person, you might find somebody who's possibly a fire sign with the King of Wands, and you might see some kind of improvement. Also, I do want to point out that the Strength card here is the astrological sign of Leo. And the devil is Capricorn, but like Leo is a fire sign, such as the King of Wands. So I feel like you might have something. I'm getting it for some of you. You guys might receive helpful advice from a Leo, but I'm also getting that for some of you, you might begin a new relationship with a Leo. I feel like this is all up to you. You know, like, at the end of the day, do whatever gets you closer to your goal. And I feel like your goal is this with the 10 of Pentacles, a happy home, happy wife. But that was your reading first time around, Gemini. If you enjoyed, please consider leaving a like or a comment because it really helps out the channel. And I personally really love to know if these readings resonate with you guys. But like I said before, I upload my new Gemini videos on Wednesdays. But in the meantime, you guys are more than welcome to watch any of my other timeless readings that I have up on the channel. And with that being said, I hope to see you guys next time for your next reading.